Kristen Amdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 34. We are in Southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me, and we're here watching the sunrise from the east over the buildings and the trees and watching it light up the sky and the water so beautifully. I have yarn with me. I'm going to be crafting, and if you would like to join me for either enjoying the nature, enjoying the sounds of the waves, or crafting with me, you're always welcome to join me here live Monday through Saturday. Good morning, Miss Detroit. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Linda. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, KB. Good morning, Ruthie. We have some active birds here this morning. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Faye. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Edna, Elizabeth. Thank you all for joining me live this morning. Oh, before we get started, I had an update to share with all of you. I got some really fantastic news when we were having technical difficulties, so I'm not sure everybody has heard the great news. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about an identity theft problem I was having with a website pretending to be me? Well, due to a friend who helped me find the right people to contact, it took several attempts. I was able to contact the right authorities and the website has been taken down. Isn't that wonderful? So I no longer have someone, well, I don't know if it's the only one, but I no longer have a website that I'm aware of faking and pretending to be me. So I'm very excited about that, and I just wanted to share that with all of you because the day I had the news was one of the days we had technical issues. So I'm not sure if everybody got to share my wonderful news. So I know all of you were giving me lots of really positive encouragement and good thoughts during that not so positive time, so I wanted to thank you all and let you know that it did resolve itself. Good morning, everybody. Lots of people joining in this morning. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to all of your names, but thank you all for joining me live this morning. Yes, Donna, it is clear this morning. There was no fog on the way to the beach. And I'm gonna turn the camera around a little bit so you can see some of the really beautiful and different colors we've got going on. There's beautiful clouds to the east where the sun is actually coming up over the buildings and the trees. And those clouds are lighting up with beautiful gold and yellow and coral. And then we have those beautiful, soft, warm corals and pinks on the horizon over the water. The beautiful blues and greens in the water. And here's the other side, that's to the north. Really pretty morning, really quiet. Got a few runners this morning, not many. We had a great knitting club last night. Lots of people came. We had some regulars and we had some new people. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary for the knitting club, and I'm trying really hard to rack my brain for some way to celebrate and do something special to surprise the ladies, and I haven't come up with anything yet. I mean, I come up with lots of great ideas, but they're too elaborate and too pricey. So I got to think of something that makes sense and is still a way to thank them all for being a part of our group for 1 year. So excited about that. Donna's making a table runner with lilac memories. Wow, does that sound pretty? That's going to be gorgeous. I have done a couple of table runners with Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn. I should share photos of them. Oh, Olivia says she likes my scarf. It does complement the scene. You're right. These two colors look like the horizon up there, and these look more like the water. Very true. Oh, speaking of this scarf, I thought about that as well, Miss Detroit, doing a special edition color for the group. I did think about that. I've been getting a lot of requests for a crochet version of this scarf. And so I have pulled one of the Be So Serene sampler kits to the side for myself, and I am going to even have a crochet hook already in my project bag. So it's already ready to go, and I'm going to be working on a crochet version of this scarf. I'm getting lots of requests for it, and I'm going to add that to my list of things to do this week and hopefully get a pattern chart and video up and going by Friday, maybe by Monday, somewhere in that range though. So I'm going to get it up as soon as I can. Faye's making a scarf for a friend in Florida who turns 92 on Friday. Well, that is a lovely idea. Very nice. Donna says she would love to see the crochet version of this. Yes, absolutely. As soon as I have it, I will definitely be sharing it. No problem. I brought a couple of other projects to show you this morning for a couple of reasons. First of all, I wanted something different but warmer to wear today because it's not quite cold enough for my Michigan winter parka, but it is too cold for my jean jacket and a cowl. So I brought these two vests with me because I wanted to show you that a cardi wrap vest, this type of shape, also doubles very nicely as a scarf or a wrap. So this one's knit. I think this one's called Tender Chloe. And then this is the crochet version of the same shape garment. Here's the stitch pattern up close. This one's called the Tender Claire. One of them's Chloe, one of them's Claire. I can't remember which one's which at the moment, but I'll share them in the video description when I do the show notes later, and I'll send you the link to both of the free patterns. So you could definitely wear this as a vest, right? But what I wanted to show you is that this size also works really well as a scarf. You could wrap it around a couple of times. You could even pin it. You could make it a really nice cowl if you pinned it and doubled it and pinned it like that. So that's the crochet one. I'll show you the same on the knit one. And so I'm going to fold it in half like that. Start with a short end here, come around, and you could pin those two sides together here, or what I'm going to do is try to tie them. If you had a little mini ponytail, that would work nice for securing it too. I've even used bobby pins when I was without a way to secure something. A bobby pin works real nice too. So there. And there you have a vest that also doubles as a cowl or a scarf. Oh, Jenny, I didn't say what yarn they're made with. Both of these patterns are made with Be So Tender yarn, which is my worsted weight organic cotton yarn. And I'm missing a whole conversation there. Someone's talking about something interesting though. Thank you, Miss Detroit. So you can take a vest, because it's basically a rectangle, and you could make it a wrap, you could make it a scarf, you can double it and make it a cowl. There's lots of things you can do once you have a rectangle of fabric. You can use it in all sorts of different ways to style it differently. And this is a little bit warmer on this. It's a little bit cold this morning. Ooh, I want you to see the sky over here. Look at that. See how it's lighting up gold? Let me make sure you can see it. Yep, you can see it. Yes, Ruthie, and this applies to not just these patterns, but any patterns you have for something that is basically a rectangle. Once you have something that's basically a rectangle, you can style it in so many different ways. Olivia wants to know about the tutorials for these. They are existing patterns and existing videos, and I will post the links in the video description as soon as I get to my show notes today, which will be a couple hours after we're done with the live broadcast. If you wanted to go find them now, you could go to my website, KristenAmdahl.com, and search the pattern section for under vests, and they're both front and center in the vest pattern section on my website. But I'll post the specific links to them as as soon as I do the show notes later. Another thing I brought today. Thank you, Jenny. I do too. I didn't even think to photograph it this way back when I did the photos, but I love wearing. Donna wants to know about a braid. I have a twist today. I didn't quite do a braid. I was trying to, I tried some new overnight rollers last night, the kind that you're supposed to put in your hair when it's damp and sleep on them, and you can see it didn't give me the ringlet curls that they promised. I mean, it's wavy, but not quite the curls that I was hoping I was going to get from the technique. So I was planning a different hairstyle this morning, at the last second twisted this because I hated the bangs. So I don't know, just trying something new. You're welcome, Olivia. Elizabeth, I did use some product. I did not use gel. I do have a mousse and a gel. I could try that next time, because I would like to get better at them, because the rollers were really tiny and did not upset my sleeping at all. So I've tried sleeping in big brush rollers before, and I don't end up sleeping that well. So I would like to get better at using these, because they were really easy to use last night. So that's why my hair is kind of last minute done, but it's almost a braid. Hi, Laura. Oh, she's in icy Chicago. Well, thank you so much for joining us live this morning. I hope you can enjoy the sounds of the beach with me. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Edna. I appreciate it. And I have another project. Oh, Faye says she has super fine hair like me. Yes, we have different challenges with fine hair than other people do with thicker hair. Everybody's got their own challenges, pluses and minuses, right? Brought another project with me this morning. This is another Serene sampler kit project. It's a mandala. You could also call it a dream catcher, I suppose. Depends on what you put on it. And before I got here a couple minutes early this morning and did a little beach combing, because this is my third mandala that I've made. The first one I did multicolored fringe like this one, and the second one I did a solid color yarn and solid color fringe and added white feathers to it. And for this third one, I'm doing the multicolor mandala, the solid color fringe, and I think I'm going to add seashells to the fringe. I might add feathers too, I might add beads too. I haven't thought it all the way out. But because nature makes seashell beads, that's what I call it. When seashells end up getting these holes in them, I like to call them nature's beads. See how these have holes in them already? Someone was asking me about where I get the ring, and you can get it on Amazon. I do have a link for the one that I bought in my free pattern page, and I'll share a link for all of this in today's video description. Get it up in the light so you can see it. The pattern has line by line instructions, it has a chart, it also has video tutorials for right and left hand, and then there's a link to buy the yarn kit, which is the 8 hand-dyed colors of organic cotton. It's so pretty. I have a multicolor one sitting over my piano, so when I play piano I get to look at the multicolor one. I have the solid color one over my couch, because I love looking at it over my couch too. And so I'm making this third one. Not sure if this one is for a gift or if I'm going to give it and keep it for myself. Yes, Christine, they're at Hobby Lobby as well. But if everybody doesn't have a craft store nearby, Amazon carries them as well, and that's why I share their links on my website, so that even if you're not close to a store that carries them, you still have access to them. So I wanted to show you a few more of these seashells with holes in them, what I call nature's beads. Can you see that one? And Some of them are like really not perfect at all, and I find beauty in things that are a little misshapen and not perfect. Like this one, that hole is way too big, almost broken, but I actually love it because of its imperfections. This one too, this one's a broken seashell, but it has a hole in it, and I kind of like that too. And then I found a few other types of seashells that I just wanted to share with you. This little cutie is here this morning. I don't know if you can see that. And this one was broken, but also really pretty. Yes, Eileen, I totally believe in that. It's the imperfections and the uniqueness that makes everything beautiful. Miss Detroit, you'd like me to send you some seashells. You know, I've thought about that. I've thought about making kits with seashells that I hand-picked at the beach. I haven't figured out that, but it's interesting that you would ask. Yes, Jenny, they'd make cool pendants. I did a wind chime for Marlin one time, and I have a free crochet pattern for that as well. It uses a smaller ring and these seashells, and I'll post a link to that as well. It's really cute. It's so cute. This is a piece of coral that I found this morning. Don't know if these are showing up. I can't see my screen very well. Yeah, beads would be beautiful on it, Christine. I think pearl beads would be pretty because it kind of fits into the beachy thing that you find pearls in seashells. But I even think mixing up beads, mixing up colors. Here's one more of the holy seashells. And they're all damaged, but I just find it so interesting that something that one person could think was damaged and broken, I think as a beautiful bead. Pre-drilled holes. So that's my little stash from this morning. So we'll see if I can pull any of that together and make it into a project, hopefully. I left my tea in the car this morning. I'm so bummed. But it's a long walk to get here, so, well, not long, but long enough to not walk back. Yeah, I could definitely bubble wrap. You're right. They could definitely be shipped. You're right. I could find the right packaging. Find, you know, there's bubble wrap envelopes even, and lay them flat maybe and then double wrap them. I mean, it would definitely take some special attention and some special care. Yeah, the sun, here, I'll show you what the sun looks like now that it's coming up. See how bright and bold it is? May as well show you the whole beach now too, so you can see how everything changes. Once that sun comes up, everything changes. It's so dramatic, and look at the way now if you notice, watch when the foam comes on the waves, even that lights up now. It actually has like a pearl quality. KB, that's a good point. It would have to be marked as fragile too. Even the seashells light up. They almost look like they're pearlized now. And it's just the light. Go ahead. That was nice. Some people are so sweet. Oh, Linda, that's a good point too. Yeah, it might not be legal to sell them. That's a good point. No, maybe gifting them would be better. Yeah, the sun is very bright. Really nice. Makes my eyes water a little bit, but that's okay. It feels so warm on my skin now. Let's see, I thought I had something else to show you guys this morning. Let's see what else I have in my bag. Oh, if anyone's interested in the designing aspect of this cowl, I wanted to share with you why I haven't started my cowl yet. or my crochet one yet. It's because I need to measure it. And if you notice in each of these stripes, each stripe of one color offsets halfway with the stripe of the next color, so that 8 colors end up making 16 stripes. Okay, so like in this section here, we have the color Gentle, which is that golden bronze color. That color Gentle is with Peaceful Peach and Tranquil Turquoise. So of that stripe of the Gentle, it overlaps 2 stripes of 2 other colors, and that way you get to see each color with 2 other colors. So in this section we have colorway, what's this one called? Okay, I'm gonna remember this color. This one is Mindful, the mauve pink, and it overlaps the dark, oh, I still can't remember. I can't remember what this darker blue-green is called. I think it's called Centered, maybe. And then this one's called Lovable. It's like a periwinkle purple. So you see how it's really easy to do once you get started, but to figure out the first stripe, you have to figure out half of the ball. So in the kit, we've got 8 colors, right? And so what you're going to be doing once you get started, you're going to be working each color basically until you run out of yarn, and then starting the next one. But it's starting the first color halfway through that you need to know that halfway through point in order to start. So what I'm going to do is take one of the colors and measure it on a postage scale, or you could even just wind it into 2 balls as you go. Start one from the center and start one from the outside. In fact, we could do that right now. Got a few minutes still. So I'm going to open up my kit, and I've got my ball here with the center pull here and the outside pull here. And what I'll do is alternate. I'm going to back up. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start winding a ball from each side. So I'll wind 25 times on this one, give or take. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact science either. And then I'll do the same thing with the other ball. And as you wind both, it'll be like that old Disney movie, Lady and the Tramp. Remember when they're both sucking on the same piece of spaghetti at the same time? Well, it's going to be the kind of the same way. You're going to wind each of these balls a little bit as you go. Yes, Linda, yardage meter would definitely help, but not everybody has fancy tools at home. That's why I like to show the non-fancy version of things, because I know in the real world not everybody has fancy tools. Good morning, Edwina. Thanks for joining. Postage scale would really help too, but again, I know that not everybody has those tools. Just like I still need to get around to showing you how to wind yarn on the back of a chair, because as easy as it is to wind yarn with a ball winder and a Swift, I know not everybody has that. Yes, Christine, knowing how to do stuff in a pinch is the stuff that I think everybody could use. Because what if you're not home? What if you, yeah, Miss Detroit, I'm old school too, definitely. I love thinking of things in terms of old school. Nitty-notty is a fun word, I agree. But like, let's say you were on vacation and you went into a yarn shop and you found a yarn that you loved, and you wanted to get started on it, and you weren't going to be home for a while. Well, your tools are at home. You'd still need to know old school then. I know, fairy dust bunnies, the waves are loud today, and it's amazing. And just like I said the other day, remember, if something gets tangled, never pull hard. That is the kiss of death in the world of knots. Never pull hard if you think something's tangled. Always be gentle and patient. The reason it's twisting is because I'm pulling from the outside and the inside at the same time. But we're definitely, yes, Christine, it's learning the hard way is the way that you will always remember, right? We're getting there. So once you have these two balls, you'll work this color's first half of its stripe. Yes, I'm pulling on both ends at the same time. I'll show you. Here's that little center pull ball now. And I've been pulling from the outside and the inside. So I'm creating two equal-sized balls, or approximately equal-sized balls, from pulling on the outside and the inside at the same time. And keep in mind, you could do this with any size ball. Just, you could do it with a large, like one shawl size ball. Like let's say you were gonna do a rectangular shawl with Be So Fine yarn, which comes 650 yards per hank. If you wanted to start in the center and work your way out in both directions equally, you could definitely do this as well. No, this is Be So Serene. It's my organic cotton. It's sport weight. Eileen agrees that she likes to do things the old ways and ancient. I agree too. That's one of the reasons why I'm excited about Jennifer Hansen's new book, Learn to Lucette. I showed you guys the other day. I wonder if I still have it. Yeah, here it is. And it's an ancient Viking technique, and I think that's so cool to learn something so simple. And she has some really great ideas for what to do with those cords once you learn the basics. She makes some beautiful beaded jewelry out of it. I have my Lucette in one of my bags here. Yeah, I'm making a cord with the Lucette in here. KB's making a couple of Stephen West shawls with her hand spun. That sounds pretty. Man, we're in the home stretch now. I don't have any more ball left. That's the center of the ball, so we're definitely getting there. Good morning, Terry from Tennessee. I missed a whole bunch of comments, I'm sorry. But we are definitely in the home stretch. Look at that, we're getting there. Okay, so now I can start my crochet cowl like this knit one, and I'm going to start it with one half of this color and then continue on alternating colors with a whole color, and then at the end of the scarf I'll be able to finish the second half with this one. So that is now ready to crochet. Yay! So glad I could show you that. So if you didn't want to wait for my pattern and you have this kit at home, you could now, with that bit of information, you could now design any scarf in this kit to self-stripe, or to change the stripes that way. So you could pick any stitch pattern you like and create that same color effect now that you know how to start. That particular color was called Lovable. It's a periwinkle purple. Let's see. Yeah, that one's called Lovable. And we are approaching the end here, so I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and enjoy one last little bit. Oh, Elisa, this is not a cowl. This is one of the Be So Tender vests. I was just showing how you can style it differently. Instead of wearing it as a vest, you could wear it as a scarf, a shawl, or a cowl. And I've wrapped it around twice. It was a little colder this morning than I anticipated, so I wanted something a little warmer around my neck, and this was perfect. It's worsted weight, organic cotton, and wrapped twice. Very, very cozy. So I just want to take this last minute here to soak in the sounds of the waves and these beautiful colors. So if you'd like to join me, let's just enjoy one more minute of this beautiful view. I want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy and special days to spend time with me. I hope you have found some peace and calm from the sound of the waves and these beautiful colors. I hope you've enjoyed your time chatting with me and all of the other beautiful and special people we have here in the morning. Please make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.